All right, I gotta mess with this, the goats, their waterer. The float deal broke on it, and I'll show you what part broke and why I'm replacing it. It's taken about 2 weeks to get this thing. It's crazy. This has been in the back of my truck. But if you look, the length from here to here, complete difference in length. Well, that broke off. And it broke off from one of these fittings, is what it was. I have the fitting somewhere, I kept it. But anyway, so I got a new float, new fitting, and it will go into the side of that, right where that hose connects, right inside there. Let me get things loosened up enough and get some tape on some stuff so I can get this in here. They've been drinking out of water buckets till this thing came. All right, let me get going with that. All right, back up, girls. What I'm going to try to do is to thread this on without taking this all apart. All kinds of sand in here now. But to do that, I need to go ahead first. Let's put some white tape on this. Let's get that retaped. Alright, that's retaped. What I'm going to have to do is going to have to stick this through here first. Where's that hole? Put this nut kind of on. I want it loose enough where it spins. Then I need to screw this on. As you know, normally you would have to loosen these clamps up and spin that on to tighten on here. But I'm going to cheat. I'm going to spin this onto that, but I got to get this tight first. So, get that there. And now we're just going to tighten this up on here. It's tightening up already. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down here and I'm going to try to spin this float. As you can see, the float spinning. Need to loosen that up. Loosen that up no more. Okay, there. Now let's spin it. There we go. I got to keep this big nut from tightening up. Looks like every few threads I'm going to have to spin it backwards. Okay, now we're just going to rotate this thing around. And it's tightening up on that. That big nut got tight again. I'm going to need to spin it around a few more times. Let's grab that. Nope, let's this way. My bad. I need to bring it around at one more turn so this float fits the other way around. I'll show you here in a second. The float has to function, so the float will need to spin at 180 degrees. All right, there. What are you doing, Lily? Lily's eating all my pants. Okay, then what we'll have to do is adjust this float so the float will give more water. But first, let's get everything out of the way. I gotta go turn the water on. Gotta move the camera in case there's a leak. Oh, Lily, what are you doing, honey? Huh? What are you doing? All right. Birds are waiting. They've always liked that fresh water there. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and turn that water on. I'll be right back. Okay, let's back this up. We're going to adjust that a little more. We want the water to come up a little higher. I like the water to come up to around this bucket right here where that hole is. So I'm going to loosen this up. I got it up a little higher. That looks good. So I'm going to tighten this little wing nut down. There's an adjustable wing nut. I'll show you that on this other. Let me see here. How close are we? It's still wanting to drain some water. I'm going to lower it down. Okay. That seems to be a lot better. Yep, we're good. Good deal. Now I gotta put the cover back on. Now we can do away with the 5-gallon pail. Because it's staying warm enough now where if there's a light frost over this, I just break it loose. This goes over top here. I never really wrenched in these to get them real tight. I always just snugged them up. that. There we go. Well, I'll let this sit, and tomorrow, after this gets wet, I'll scrape that all out a little bit. But that's just all dirt from, this is 5 years old. Take out their water container. All right. The birds are liking it already. All right, I'll show you. Let me show you what we got here. Okay, the adjustable on these floats is right here. This is the part that you need to adjust right there. All right, how you adjust your float, let your water levels right here. Let me loosen it up and I'll show you what happens here. Hopefully it'll loosen up. It hasn't been touched now in 5 years. I don't know. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, we're going to loosen that up. Okay. Let me back this up. It sits in there just the way I have it right now, okay? And then this thing will raise up. The float goes up and down. To make your adjustments, all you're going to do is, you'll have to do is adjust this. Because when it fills up, this will go up no matter what. So what we want to do is figure out how high. The higher you raise this up, the more water you're letting in. The more you let that down, you know, if you see, it'd be like this. You know, the water would raise up and stop there. If you were to adjust this float this way, as you can see, you would be adding more water to that bucket. So we have it just probably somewhere in that area on the other one we just did. And then when you're done with your adjustment, you're going to tighten that up. There's little teeth in here, so it all lines up and grabs. When you're done, just tighten that down, and you're done. This is no good. There it is. But that's how this thing works. This is old. Heck, I may keep it for emergency for something, I don't know. But there's that big nut I was saying on the side of that one. I was tightening down right there. Now as you can see, after you tighten this down, there's really nowhere else to put that other fitting on. That fitting's missing. So, we're done. I just looked down on my knee, looked a little wet. Yeah, it's a little gooey from the birds. Poop. Man, this Timberlands get so dirty. We live in a dusty world here. Alright guys, I'm going to get going. And it looks like I may have to adjust that big nut. I see it drip down there. So I'm going to go adjust that big nut. And I'm going to call this one done. Alright guys, we'll see you later. Bye.